Looks like right now we've got a good break in the weather. It looks like we're getting nice summer weather here for the foreseeable future, which is great. It was looking a little rocky here in Ontario where we had a couple warm days peppered in with some really cold ones. So I'm happy to see the weather break. So one thing though that I want to talk about, and this is coming from just a lot of the training that I've been doing recently with sales reps, and it's another reason why I know I talk a lot on this channel about boxing and how this is very similar to boxing, but it's one of those things that when I look at what makes a successful sales rep versus an unsuccessful sales rep, I look at things like how do they prove the things that they say, right? Now the reason I'm comparing this to boxing is in boxing, you can say you're the best boxer. You can say you've got immaculate defense. You can say you've got a hard chin. You can say all these things. But ultimately, you step inside that ring, you're going to either prove it or you're not. There's no in between. There's no faking it there. However, in sales, this is something that people fake all the time. People love to tell you how good they are at selling, how good they are at being able to convey product or prove that they have the best product. But oftentimes it's just lip service. And it's one of the most frustrating things when I'm onboarding salespeople or even scouting out sales reps. Because they'll tell me things that sound good on paper, but when it comes to them actually stepping into that ring, they get knocked out quick. And here's what I mean. I'm going to kind of bring this down to earth so you kind of understand what I'm saying. Good salespeople are good at not just communicating, but proving what they say. Whether they're trying to tell you that they have the best, I don't know, I don't deal in this space, but let's say they have the best flooring. Their flooring is scratch-proof versus everyone else's. It sounds simple, but it's not. A good salesperson, they're going to get a piece of that flooring, they're going to get a knife or a screw or something, and they're going to scratch it in front of you and say, see, I wasn't lying. Just like a good boxer is going to step in that ring and say, I got immaculate defense. And they're going to block, they're going to dodge, they're going to roll, they're going to move. And they're going to prove in that ring that they know what they're doing. Unfortunately, a lot of salespeople love to talk. They love to tell you, yes, I have the best product and it does this, 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 and this. But they don't prove how it's the best product, why it's the best product. They don't prove the properties of that product and why they're superior. And one thing I always say to new reps when I'm talking to them, I get pretty direct about this, is look, when it comes to you saying you have the best product, that's no different than a customer going on to Temu and Temu saying we have a high quality product as well. But the problem is you order that product from Temu and it really is a gamble as to what you're going to get. Maybe you get a good quality product, but oftentimes you don't. And I myself, when I'm in a house or I'm with a customer, I'm with a client, I want them to leave without a doubt knowing that I have the best product. And in that same vein, I'm also have no problem asking for more money than everyone else if I can prove that I have the best product. But it's not just product. It could be things like the process. It could be things like how I install it. It could be things like what my company does versus what other companies don't do. All of those things, in my opinion, they carry a burden of proof. I have to prove it to them, right? You can say you're the best boxer ever, but if you can't go 8 rounds and you get gassed and exhausted after 4, you've just proven that you're not built for that. You're not built for that yet. And oftentimes with salespeople, some of them do coast by. They coast by on seasonality. They coast by on a certain type of demographic. But oftentimes salespeople will coast by. And they'll talk and they'll speak, but in my experience, those same salespeople are never truly great. And oftentimes what that barrier is caused by, just like boxing, is a lack of training. A good boxer who is going to go 8 rounds, he trains, I promise you. Whether he's great in that ring or not, the fact that he can last 8 rounds means that he's been training. He's been trying. He's been putting in the work to get himself up to that level. And being able to prove yourself as a salesperson in the home is no different. It takes a high level of training. It takes a level of creativity to a point. It takes a level of you spending time and going, how can I convey to my customer that I have the best quality countertops? How can I convey to my customer that my installers are better than any installer that they've encountered before. Sometimes those are not easily answered questions, but by putting in the work, putting in the time, and actually reflecting on your appointments, you can get that much closer to stepping into that ring or that customer's kitchen and proving to them that you are the right choice for them. And look, this is more of a high-level philosophical overview of things that I believe in sales, but realistically, if there's one thing that I consistently observe with salespeople, especially salespeople who tell me they're really good, is that they don't know or they don't try to prove themselves. And in my opinion, if you just even try just a little bit to do that in your appointments, whether that's in a B2B scenario or a B2C scenario, you will immediately start to see a shift in the way customers treat and perceive you.